I think the first thing you need to ask is,
Carol, how are you?
Fine, how are you, sir?
Good. So
We're waiting. We got a lot of people in the queue.
yeah, there's definitely a lot in the queue. I count 2 board members.
Okay. Vacation time.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
There you go. Hold on. Wait, I have to unmute.
So you have, you don't have the back.
Madam Chair, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hello, everyone.
I say. I say.
I am, let's see. I'm going to check to see if we have a quorum.
Thank you. James,
We
we
have a
should
quorum.
have one. Yeah, okay, thank you.
So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the August 14th, 2024 Urban Enterprise Zone Authority Board meeting. This meeting will be recorded. Please be advised that when the chair opens the public comment portion of the meeting, members of the public will be able to speak and provide comment. You must slowly provide your first and last name and any organization with which you are affiliated. Please keep your comments to the topic of the Urban Enterprise Zone program and/or the authority. Additionally, your comments will be restricted to 2 minutes. I would like to turn the meeting over to our chair, Aaliyah Couch, to call the meeting to order.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, notice of this meeting has been sent to the Bergen Record and the Trentonian at least 48 hours prior to this meeting, and a meeting notice has been posted on the Secretary of State's bulletin board at the Department of State. James, could you please conduct the roll call?
Roll call will be done by calling out each department. When you hear your department you represent, please slowly and clearly say your first and last name. The Department of Community Affairs,
Aaliyah Couch.
the Department of Labor,
Julie Diaz.
Department of Treasury,
Aaron Binder.
New Jersey Economic Development Authority, New Jersey Redevelopment Authority,
Darrell Godfrey.
Public members, Carmen Mendiola,
Here.
William Johnson,
Here.
Douglas Schneider.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
All right, before you are the minutes from the July 10th, 2024 UEZA board meeting for review and approval. I kindly request that board members state their name for the record when making a motion or second. Do I have a motion to approve the July 10th UEZA board meeting minutes?
Motion, Doug Schneider.
Do I have a second?
Second, Carmen
Second, Julie.
Mendiola.
All right, James, can we have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper, William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The minutes are approved.
Moving forward with the agenda, we have the executive director's report to the board and 32 items that fall under new business. Executive Director Slaughter, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have been working with the board, as you know, on several activities. And one of our most recent activities was the training class for the preliminary zone development plan, in which we defined what the responsibilities were for the staff and the board responsibilities. As we transfer from project activities to the preliminary zone development plan, we wanted to highlight and discuss and kind of define, what our next steps as an agency are. In addition, we've received 2 preliminary submissions from UEZ communities, and the staff is now engaged in reviewing these submissions and to determine adherence to the statute. It's important to note that we should receive several plans within the next 45 to 60 days. Our goal is to process 1 to 2 plans per meeting. We will see how it goes starting in September, October 2024. There are 5 UEZ communities that have not submitted a resolution for authorization to determine the development of the preliminary zone development plan or given notice that they will use other financial resources or complete the plan under their own undertaking. So we're scheduling teams meetings with these communities to ascertain the present status, what assistance we can provide them, and any clarification on the process itself. The UEZ concern is for us to continue to move the process of getting enough staff to undertake the audits of 100+ audits, projects that are coming to completion using to backfill vacancies that we have in our finance and compliance sections, and to be able to kind of advance our current process of hiring a regulatory officer, because that's extremely important as far as regulations and other undertaking. We'll be a participant at the upcoming Governor's Conference on Housing and Economic Development on September 17th. We will be participating with the UEZ communities with the Mayor's Alliance in Lakewood on September 25th. And finally, we'll have a full training session for UEZ board members to receive their full training on October 30th. If you can attend and have not committed for the 30th, please contact us so we can get all the materials ready for that meeting. That meeting will be in person as required by statute. So these are the highlight activities that occurred during July and August of 2024, and I returned it back to the chair.
James, it actually goes over to Rasha.
Oh. And I will go back with my segment. We will now review our project proposals for consideration by the Board of Commissioners. To have adequate consideration for each resolution, a UEZ board roll call is enacted. Rasha will be reading the roll call for UEZ coordinators.
Good afternoon. We kindly request when it's your turn to present your project that you turn on your camera so there can be direct interaction between you and the board. Please state your name to confirm your attendance. If there is no representation, your application request will be tabled until the next meeting. Asprey Park,
Sylvia's here.
Bridgeton,
Stephanie Gonzalez here.
East Orange,
Antoine Eberhard is here.
Gothenburg,
Hiram Gonzalez.
Kearney,
Linda Disa,
Long Branch,
Richard Thompson.
New Brunswick,
Daniel Dominguez, City of New Brunswick.
Passaic,
Ricardo Fernandez here, City of Passaic.
Patterson,
Dipto Roy, here.
Bertha Boy, Plainfield,
Jeanette Aparicio, City of Plainfield. Good afternoon.
Pleasantville,
Jacqueline Amato Belton is here. Good afternoon, all.
Trenton, Union City,
David Spatz here for Union City.
Vineland,
Sandy Forrest-Siskey,
and Wildwood.
Steve Boy, here for Wildwood and North Wildwood.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, James, and thank you, Rasha. For new business, our first item is approval of Bridgeton UEZ Community Bulletin Board in the amount of $29,805. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Gonzalez, would you walk us through this project?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. This project is one that we're going to be using to install a digital LED sign in the heart of our city. It'll provide promotional information and announcements to the residents as well as the visitors that are passing through the busy highway. And this is really helpful because it's been down for a while and it's been a big request. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? I may have a motion for the approval for Bridgeton.
Motion, Carmen
Motion,
Mendiola.
Doug Schneider.
A second,
Doug
Doug
Snyder.
Schneider. Yep, James, can I have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you,
All right, thank
everyone.
you. Take care. Next item, approval of East Orange UEZ Gateway signage in the amount of $115,175. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Brevard, would you walk us through this project?
thank you for this opportunity. We are planning to replace the signage and the entry points of the city because they are worn and weathered. And, you know, like accidents have happened that knock some of them just completely over. We're planning to replace the signs and have them fortified with stone bases.
Great,
That's
thank you.
gonna beautify the
Yeah.
areas for sure,
Look,
for sure.
It is what it is, right?
Mhm.
All right, are there any questions by the board members at this time? All right, may I have a motion for the approval for East Orange?
Motion, Daryl Godfrey.
Can I have a second?
Ty Cooper.
Thank you. James, can I have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper, William
Yes,
Johnson.
sorry. Yes, Ty Cooper.
Okay,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you for your continued support. We appreciate your help.
Thank you. Take care. Next up, for consideration are 3 projects for Guttenberg. These projects are Guttenberg UEZ admin budget for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $23,823. Guttenberg UEZ 2025 National Night Out event in the amount of $6,730. And Guttenberg UEZ 2025 Holiday Decor Project in the amount of $111,827,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Mr. Gonzalez, could you provide a brief summary for each of these projects?
Sure. Thank you very much, the board members, for the consideration. The admin budget specifically is we've seen a significant increase in the need to potentially have two members with not only myself but two other members to assist in the UEZ program. Our plan is to start early September, is to actually visit each individual business within the town. We know we've seen a lot of change in ownership within the businesses, so we're actually physically going to divvy up our UEZ area so we make sure that we hit each individual business between now and December. And also the one additional person was going to help us with the 5-year plan. Regarding National Night Out, that's a very big event for us, as well as, nationwide. But we had a Colombian festival event last month, which was a huge success, to the point that, those particular businesses are asking, when can we do it again? Obviously, we don't have that kind of UEZ funding, but there's a lot of buzz in the town regarding UEZ events and the big attendance. So we plan to continue that going forward. And lastly, the holiday decor, because again, there is a lot of interest in growing the UEZ within all the events and things like that. And there's a buzz going on. The mayor and council is asking for a potentially beautification during the holiday season of every single part within the UEZ zones. Last year, we were granted permission by the UEZ board members to do a portion. This time we're trying to expand it for the entire UEZ section. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that overview. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? All right, can I have a motion for the approval of the 3 Guttenberg program proposals? Ooh, excuse me.
Motion, Carmen
Motion, Doug
Mendiola.
Schneider.
Second, Doug Schneider. James, have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Guttenberg carry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Next up for consideration, 2 projects for Kearney. These projects are Kearney UEZ admin budget for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $150,000, and Kearney Avenue Streetscape Repairs Phase 2 in the amount of $124,900. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, the floor is yours. Could you walk us through this project?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present. Regarding our admin budget, this supports a 2-member team here for our growing Kearney market. We have 1 English-speaking and 1 Spanish-speaking. Preponderance of our new businesses, especially the small businesses, the restaurants, are owned by Spanish speakers. So we want to make sure we can communicate with them thoroughly. And similar to the Guttenberg plan, we have put together a strategy to go. We have a very long Main Street, so we are carving it up into nodes, and we plan on visiting all of these new businesses to try to get them on board. So that is for our admin budget. Separately, our streetscape repairs for Kearney Avenue. Kearney Avenue is actually our main UEZ thoroughfare. The goal is to sort of spruce up this, we have a very tired, outdated, and I wrote down unsafe streetscape in our district at the moment. We have a lot of pavers that are raising, very sad looking trees, etc. So we're looking to make it safe, appealing, and sustainable. We are going to renovate our sidewalks. We are going to put in permeable pavers, hopefully, which will replace the concrete pavement so that'll allow the rainwater to infiltrate into the ground, reducing stormwater runoff, which we have a problem with here. And then we're going to install some green infrastructure rain gardens that they're going to be curbside, strategically placed, and they'll also serve to manage some of the stormwater runoff that we do struggle with here in Kearney. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for that overview. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? All right, may I have a motion for the approval for the 2 Kearney program proposals?
Motion, Julie Diaz.
Can I have a second?
Daryl Godfrey.
Second, Aaron Binder.
James, can I have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Carney carry.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Take care. Our next item is approval of Long Branch UEZ marketing project for in 2024 Phase 2 in the amount of $25,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions?
Madam Chair, Will Johnson, I'll recuse myself, please.
All right, thank you. Okay, Mr. Thompson, could you walk us through this project?
Sure. So Long Branch UEZ is looking to purchase a 1-year subscription of the Placer AI software. It'll be used in 2 capacities. Software allows for marketing data to be provided to the user, and a UEZ capacity would be using it to kind of plan our events around times that certain business districts are more populated to get a better impact on the events. And the second capacity will be serving it as like a office hours type thing, where businesses are able to schedule time to come in to our UEZ office and use the software to kind of find out who they should be marketing to, and what type of clientele they should be looking for that kind of like surrounds the businesses or who's visiting the areas as well. Thank you for your consideration on the project.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? Or may I have a motion for the approval for Long Branch?
Motion, Carmen Mendiola.
A second?
Second, Daryl Godfrey.
Thanks. James, can I have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Next up for consideration are 3 projects for New Brunswick. These projects are New Brunswick UEZ admin budget for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $70,000. New Brunswick UEZ business training program project, in the amount of $99,000. New Brunswick UEZ public safety project in the amount of $350,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to recuse myself for New Brunswick.
All right, thank you, Doug. Mr. Dominguez, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members of the UEZ board. We have 3 applications on for consideration here. The first is for first half of fiscal 25 admin budget, so July through December of 2024, on advice that in advance of knowing what our funding source will be for the whole year to get our first 6 months of administration funds approved. We'll use the administration funds to support getting businesses registered and effectuating and administering the programs that we are allowed to use with the funds that were awarded at this board. With the business training program, we are looking to continue with a second year of a business training program that is currently in effect right now. We are working with a consultant by the name of 2X Consulting, who has been working with our local UEZ businesses to develop their capacity and engage them in seeking out funding sources and grants and offering them additional opportunities to broaden and expand their business base. And lastly, we're requesting $350,000 for a dedicated police beat for our UEZ areas to improve public safety and encourage a better ambiance in those areas to make people feel safe and better improve the amount of commercial activity that we're getting in there from local residents and from people coming in from afar.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions from the board? All right, may I have a motion for the approval of the 3 New Brunswick program proposals?
Motion, Darrell Godfrey.
Have a second? All
Second,
right,
Carmen
second, Julie
Mendiola.
Thank you. James, may I have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola.
Yes.
All motions for New Brunswick carry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Next item, approval of North Wildwood UEZ Boardwalk Rehabilitation Phase 3 in the amount of $507,000, excuse me. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, could you walk us through this project?
Sure. This is a project to reconstruct and rehabilitate the portion of the boardwalk that is in North Wildwood. It's North Wildwood's first application for such a project. It includes the removal of the existing decking on the boardwalk and railings, repair of the substructure and new decking, new railings, new handicap accessible ramps and stairs, new benches, new pole lights, and some landscaping. The Wildwoods in general are trying to make a big push to reconstruct and repair the boardwalk. This is North Wildwood's first go at it. It is drastically needed to continue to get patrons and customers to the UEZ businesses on the boardwalk.
All right, great. Thank you. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? All right, may I have a motion for the approval for this request proposal for North Wildwood?
Motion, Doug Schneider.
Second, Daryl Godfrey. James, can I have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up for consideration are 2 projects for Passaic. These projects are Passaic UEZ admin budget for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $294,829 and Passaic UEZ 2025 Clean Sweep Graffiti Eradication Project in the amount of $517,856. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Mr. Fernandez, could you walk us through these projects?
All right, thank you very much, Chairwoman. So the first one is our admin budget to continue the work of administering the program and the professional services needed to continue to move the program forward. And the Clean Sweep and Graffiti Eradication Project is probably one of our most popular projects. We've had that since the inception of the Passaic Enterprise Zone Development Corporation. It keeps ranking as the highest program by all of our businesses, and we hope to continue that program moving forward. To make sure that there's no longer any graffiti around town and to make sure that there's no all the garbage is properly disposed throughout all of our UEZ district.
All right, great. Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? We have a motion for the approval of the 2 Passaic program proposals.
Motion, Aaron Binder.
Second, Carmen
Julie
Mendiola
Diaz.
or Julie Diaz. James, have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Passaic carry.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Take care. Next item is approval of Patterson UEZ Public Safety project for 2024 to 2025 in the amount of $1,754,880. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? Okay, Mr. Roy, would you provide us an overview of this project?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Again, this is a project that we're trying to implement, making sure we provide public safety to our investors and also our residents who lives within our UEZ corridors. And through this project, I will be assigning 2 off-duty police officers and 1 supervisor. The responsibility will be providing foot patrolling through these areas has been selected, and I'm working with Public Safety Department to I'm working with them to make sure these streets are being safe and especially providing 2 to 10 p.m. That will be their schedule, and then $588,000 will be purchasing equipments for the police department to operate these streets. 6 of them is going to be camera on wheels, 4 of them pole mounted cameras, and 2 vehicles for the this public safety project. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? All right, may I have a motion for the approval for this request proposal for Patterson?
Motion,
Yeah,
Carmen
that's-
Mendiola.
Thank you. Killing me. James, can I have a roll call vote? There was a second in there somewhere. There's like 3 people, so.
Okay. Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up for consideration are 3 projects for Perth Amboy. These projects are Perth Amboy UEZ roll gate removal in the amount of $300,000, Perth Amboy UEZ public safety program in the amount of $405,000, and Perth Amboy UEZ admin budget for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $200,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Cologne, could you just give us a brief overview of each project? Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you for hearing our project this afternoon. So our application for the UEZ roll gate removal is in the amount of $200,000, and the goal of this project is to remove unused roll gates from our storefront properties within our central shopping district. We calculated there's about maybe 200 plus businesses that do have roll gates in front of their stores, and so we want to initiate this project to offer it to people who don't need them. Our funding would go towards identifying the properties and creating the program, and then obviously paying for that removal. We look to solicit the program as soon as funds are available, and then obviously initiate the removal with these funds, and then do some touch-up painting in addition to the removal for these properties. Our second project, we're requesting $405,000 for public safety funds to increase patrolman surveillance and also vehicle use, the purchase of vehicles, outfitted vehicles specifically, and then also for and motorized bikes to improve quality of life, public safety, business engagement, and to prompt a quicker response for security matters within our UEZ corridors. And our third project is for UEZ admin for FY25 in the amount of $200,000, and this covers the salaries, advertising, and equips our bilingual team to go out and recruit businesses, inform them of our program benefits, and also administer certifications, recertifications, and annual renewals for local businesses within the UEZ.
Thank you for that overview. Are there any questions from the board? All right, motion Daryl Gottfried, second Carmen Mendiola. James, can I have a roll call vote?
Yes. Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions per Perf and Boyd carry.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Our next item, approval of Plainfield UEZ Fire and Medical Emergency Response Plan in the amount of $242,701. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Aparicio, could you talk us through this project?
Yes, thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. The Plainfield UEZ is requesting $242,701 to provide the funds necessary to increase security and safety in the Plainfield UEZ. This initiative aims to exchange the resilience of emergency situation communities by ensuring rapid, effective response to emergency incidents, including but not limited to severe weather conditions, fires, medical service transportations, floods, etc., and promoting safety measures to mitigate their impact. These vehicles will be utilized solely within the Plainfield UEZ area, will be marked provided by Plainfield UEZ, and will remain property of the Plainfield UEZ for the next 5 years. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Are there any questions from the board? All right, motion, Aaron Binder, second, Douglas Schneider. James, and I roll call vote.
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Take care. Next up for consideration are 3 projects for Pleasantville. These projects are Pleasantville UEZ Main Street and Washington Avenue demolition in the amount of $465,000. Pleasantville Holiday Lights in the amount of $73,669. Pleasantville UEZ Litter Collection Equipment Project in the amount of $536,792. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Amato Belton, could you provide a brief summary for each of these projects?
Good afternoon, all. First is the demolition of Washington and Main Street. We're doing a complete demolition and removal of 7 abandoned blighted structures in the UEZ Business District. The inspection of these buildings found vagrants living inside and have caused severe damage to the structure. The vagrants that are occupying these buildings illegally have also disposed of garbage, human waste, had evidence of fire for heating, and also have disposed drug paraphernalia. Shop owners in the urban enterprise zone are complaining that the people that frequent their shops now are afraid to shop in this location in the zone. So this project will completely demolition all of these particular 7 buildings, and the city of Pleasantville is hoping to be able to market this area to a developer to create new retail businesses within the UEZ retail district. The second one is our holiday lights. We did holiday lights last year through another grant, but we were only able to do 3 to 4 blocks of the holiday lights in the urban enterprise retail district. From just those 3 blocks, we received such a great pour of compliments on the lights and how people were able, the lights have initiated for people to get out their cars, to shop, and to come into the downtown retail area. So we feel like now with the UEZ, we're going to now be able to do holiday lights along the entire Main Street retail thoroughway. And we're hoping that this brings and attract new foot traffic. And we're hoping to create a little winter wonderland in our downtown with these Christmas lights. I'm looking forward to that myself. The third one is funding for sanitation and litter collection equipment. This funding is for 3 street sweepers that will be used exclusively in the UEZ zone to be able to clean up and sweep the curbside streets and litter collection that will make the zone more attractive and make the zone more clean for people to be able to attract people again to the downtown area. And the last project, I believe that's it. I'm
I
sorry.
think you covered all three. Yeah.
I think I covered
Thank
all.
you.
of them. I'm looking for a fourth project that I don't have. Thank you guys for the consideration.
Yeah, of course. Are there any questions by the board at this time? All right, motion Julie Diaz, second Ty Cooper, James roll call.
Okay. Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper, William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Pleasantville carry.
Thank you so much, and the city of Pleasantville appreciates your support.
Thank you. Take care. Next item, approval of Trenton UEZ event fund in the amount of $300,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? Is there a representative on from Trenton? I don't recall anyone saying present during roll call. Could we check?
Yes, we can check.
Thank you. Otherwise, we'll have to just table it for next month.
Madam Chair, do you want to go on to the next and while we're
Sure,
checking?
and circle back. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
Thank you. Next item, approval of Union City UEZ Bergen Line Ave streetscape improvements, phase 3 in the amount of $1,774,933. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? Okay, Mr. Garcia, would you provide a brief overview of this project?
Mr. Spatz gonna take the floor for Union City.
Yes, hello, it's David Spatz. I will.
Oh, David Spatz, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Here is our new UEZ coordinator. Our project is phase 3 of Bergen Line Avenue streetscape improvements. Bergen Line Avenue is the city's main commercial district. Phase 1 of the project was improving 3rd to 49th Street. Phase 2 was from 37th to 3rd. And this project, phase 3, is from 30th to 37th. The work will include sidewalk treatments, landscaping, lighting, and handicapped accessibility.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions from the board? All right, motion Aaron Binder, second Julie Diaz. Can I have a roll call vote?
Leah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Daryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper, William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Madam Chair, we have reached out to Trenton. We haven't gotten a response yet.
Okay, I'll
lieu
just
of
move
that-
through the agenda.
And we'll come back
if
to
it's-
them, and if not, it'll be tabled.
Yes, thank you. Next item is approval of Violin UEZ downtown promotion in the amount of $175,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Forozisky, would you provide an overview of this project?
Sure. Violence requesting 175,050 for marketing, 125,000 for entertainment to do special events and concerts in the downtown. We have found that having things on a constant basis downtown has been great for our, we have a lot of ethnic restaurants downtown that when people come downtown, they'll go grab something to eat. So we want to increase how often we do this. And so we were requesting this money to help us provide the entertainment.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? May I have a motion for the approval of this program proposal for Vineland?
Oh, we're gonna do
Motion,
that?
Julie
Okay,
Diaz.
Darryl Godfrey.
Everyone's excited now. Second, Darryl Godfrey. James, may I have a roll call vote?
Yes. Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Darryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
I missed the last part of it because my connection dropped. So I'm going to recuse myself just because my line dropped. I'm sorry about that.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Next item, approval of Wildwood UEZ Boardwalk Rehabilitation Phase 4 project in the amount of $300,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? Welcome back, Mr. Boyd. Could you just walk us through this phase of the project?
Sure. So this is essentially the same project as North Wildwood, different location.
Gotcha.
Reconstruction of the existing boardwalk substructure, new handicap ramps and stairs, new pole lighting, new aluminum railing, new Kumru decking. The boardwalk is our main UEZ thoroughfare, so we'd like to keep it spruced up if we can. So we appreciate your help. This is an $8.2 million project. We're looking for $300,000 from UEZ.
Great, thank you. Are there any questions by the board members at this time? May I have a motion for the approval of this program proposal for Wildwood?
Motion, Julie Diaz.
May I have a second?
Second, Aaron Binder.
Thank you. James, have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Darryl Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Next up for consideration are two projects for Asbury Park. These projects are authorization for Asbury Park to proceed with the development of a request for proposal for a 5-year plan and authorization for Asbury Park UEZ's request for proposal for the undertaking of a 5-year plan not to exceed $125,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, Ms. Sylvia, could you just provide a brief overview of each project?
Sure. Hi, everybody. And as the new kid on the block, I'd like to wish you all greetings from Asbury Park.
Welcome.
And thank you, the authority as well as your staff for being so tremendously supportive and helping to walk us through this. We have not had anybody in the leadership position here for quite some time. I believe only one of those items is what we're requesting. We have, I had received some guidance to revise the language. I received a phone call from Mr. Jenkins who asked me to revise the language from my first submittal. So the number 31, that might be the original, and number 32 is the actual request. There was one word that was changed that he said I needed to change, adding a not to removal of spider legs versus that you can remove spider legs in the proposal. And what the project is, Asbury Park is hoping to seek a qualified consultant to prepare a preliminary development of a 5-year zone master plan as required by the UEZ legislation. So I don't know that there's supposed to be two on there. It might just be because I had submitted it and then he was kind enough to guide me through emailing him the revised version.
James, I don't know if you have anything to clarify on that.
Well,
end.
technically, you need to have a resolution that authorizes the board for you to proceed with this process in the development of the preliminary zone development plan. The RFP is part of the process too, so that
Okay. Oh, so it is supposed to be there. I got you. Okay, because that's what the resolution is. Okay. Thank you very much again for your guidance. And I'm really looking forward to the training in October. I was very excited to hear about that.
Great, thank you, and welcome again.
Thank you.
Are there any questions by the board members? All right, may I have a motion for an approval for the two Asbury Park program proposals?
Julie
You were
Diaz,
doing so
motion.
well.
Godfrey.
Thank you. Second, Darrell Godfrey. James, have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Motion,
Binder?
Carmen Mendiola.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Darrell Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Asbury Park carry.
Thank you very much. And I really appreciate your help again.
Thank you. Take care. Next up for consideration are two projects for Patterson. These projects are authorization for Patterson to proceed with the development of a request for proposal for a 5-year plan and authorization for Patterson's UEZ request for proposal for the undertaking of a 5-year plan not to exceed $125,000. Before we begin, are there any recusals or abstentions? All right, welcome back, Mr. Roy. Could you just provide a brief summary for each of these projects? Thank you.
Sure. So the UEZ authority requires for any municipality to provide a 5-year plan, and this exactly I'm going through the process of pushing for an RFP so we can hire a qualified consultant to create this master plan, and the responsibility of that consultant will be for the next 5 years, create a master plan for the next 5 years. And some of the example that I can give you is the public safety project we're doing, the training programs, special events, facade grants, and other programs and projects that we will be implementing for Patterson, New Jersey. And also one of the important things is to expansion of our maps where we can include more UEZ corridors within our UEZ urban enterprise zone of City of Patterson. And that's basically the request to all of you. Yes.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions by the board? Okay, may I have a motion for the approval for the two Patterson program proposals?
Darrell Godfrey.
Second. Second, Carmen Mendiola. James, will I have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Darrell Godfrey,
Yes.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Schneider.
Yes.
All motions for Patterson carry.
Okay, it sounds like there, oh, thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off. It sounds like we don't have a representative from Trenton, so we're just going to table that for our next meeting next month. So that concludes the action items of the agenda. We will now move forward with the public comment portion of this meeting. Members of the public, please note you can press *6 to mute and unmute yourself. As a reminder, please keep your comments limited to the jurisdiction of this entity and limit it to 2 minutes. Are there any public comments? All right, seeing none, I would like to thank everyone for their participation in today's meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion,
Darrell
Carmen
Godfrey.
Mendiola.
That one's always the fastest one. Second, Carmen Mendiola. James, do I have a roll call vote?
Aaliyah Couch,
Yes.
Aaron Binder,
Yes.
Julie Diaz,
Yes.
Use
Darrell Godfrey,
Yes.
my grade.
Ty Cooper,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
Carmen Mendiola,
Yes.
Douglas Snyder.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.